Well, starting now, homeless shelters across Spokane will have to turn people away because of a lack of money from the city. We talked to several shelters today about how they're dealing with those cuts, as well as city employees who say there may be help sooner rather than later. Just about an hour ago, the City Council confirmed it unanimously passed two plans to help the homeless. One is to accept $2 million in grants from Spokane County to pay for services. And we told you about the second, to buy a property in the 4200 block of Sprague to run as a new shelter this fall that could help 120 people. Katerina Chryssafis has this story, all new tonight at 6.
Well, the lack of funding is having an impact on homeless shelters across Spokane, and many shelters, just like Open Door, which we're at right now, tell me that they've already told some families that they have to leave. As they set up beds, Jacqueline and Yelena remember what it was like not having a place to sleep.
After the second night and being cold, it's like, okay, no more of this.
They've been staying at Catholic Charities for the past month, but soon that might change.
A lot of us were kind of wondering what we were going to do.
They'll probably end up having tons of women camping along the tunnel, so it'll be Camp City again.
That's because Catholic Charities will soon be losing a significant portion of their funding from the City of Spokane, forcing them to shut down their Women's Overflow program. The program currently houses 50 women who don't have a place to stay.
Not knowing where to spend the night, not knowing that it's a safe place. It's very distressing.
But they're not the only shelter having to make drastic changes.
It's really difficult for us. I mean, we're the last resort besides the street and a car.
From here on out, the Family Promise Open Doors shelter will only be able to shelter 30 people a night instead of the usual 80.
We've been very nervous about that, and also working with the guests for months to try to get them ready to find housing and things like that.
But they can't do it alone. Shelter employees and the city know that tackling homelessness is a community effort.
We have an incredible group of providers in this community that want to do this work collaboratively. The city also wants to be a partner in doing that work collaboratively.
But for now, the city is uncertain on just how much funding they'll be able to provide.
We're actually hoping that with what we can put together, we don't end up having kind of the level of reductions that we thought we might.
And it's that uncertainty that has Jacqueline and Yelena hoping for an even bigger solution.
We need to do something and something fast. I'm like, even if it's a church being opened, like, nightly, that might help.
So that they won't have to relive the experience of not having a place to call home. City Council members are well aware of the impacts that this lack of funding has had on homeless shelters. So at tonight's meeting, they're going to discuss possible options, ways that they can provide more funding for these organizations. In Spokane, Katerina Chryssafis, 4 News Now.